So we think the real recovery will be in ASEAN, and as you say, the consumer stories there are very interesting. They've been beaten up. They're now starting to see a recovery, and I think that's where we see the next level of growth in that particular story. I mean, North Asia's already recovered in many ways. So if you look at earnings, for example, in China, Korea's been performing exceptionally well. That market's already done well, or certainly those particular segments have done well. And so we think that some of this exposure to in our fund, for example, we have some exposure to Vietnam, Thai consumer, and we think that's an area that we could possibly add a bit more to as we see economies start to open up, and some of the data coming through is a lot more positive. There's going to be a long and bumpy and twisty road towards earnings recovery, but it is happening. And I think that, if I look at in the very short term, I mean, everything tells you that the market can still continue to perform. If you look at some liquidity that's coming into the market, Australia this week surprised on the upside in terms of bond buying. India surprised on the upside in terms of fiscal policy. And with these retail participation is high, we're starting to see, earnings recovery. I mean, all of these things, benign inflation, it actually does support the market story. I mean, albeit some areas are looking very frothy. But I think it can continue in the short term because of those factors. So I think in terms of a kind of earnings recovery, it certainly is not going to be smooth, but it is happening. So I think there's in the short term some confidence that the markets can perform on the back of that.